I have to apologize to the client. I didn't finish the rest of his request, so I have to read the rest of it here. This was changed in the American Rescue Plan, blah, 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 huge air quotes there. Will this create even more bureaucracy to stack with worthless affirmative action hires? No, what it will do is it will simply, well, yeah, there's going to be some consequential government jobs that have to be created to handle all the new reporting coming in from the payment processors and the banks. So, yes, I don't know if the necessary would be affirmative action hires. I mean, of course, there's always that genuine bigotry and bias in the government, and in the negative sense too. But I think you're gonna have to have some accounting and tax background, so you can't just be some dope walking off the street. But obviously they're going to hire women and minorities, because the government is racist. That's the definition of it. But I don't think they're just going to be randos off the street. They're going to have some kind of financial acumen. Is this the first step leading to Uncle Sugar's eventual asset confiscation? No, that started long ago with the income tax. I mean, we don't have a wealth tax as of yet. Technically, you do through a capital gains tax, a property tax. I would also argue the corporate income tax is an asset confiscation tax, because that essentially makes the federal government about federal and state combined, a 40% shareholder in all corporations. No, the asset confiscation, that's going to be the next generation of Democrats. Biden's too old. Harris is too old. But your Ocasio-Cortez, when that generation is old enough and enough old people have died off, that this generation, the younger generations who actually think socialism will work, and their leaders, like in the olden days, and you still have a little bit of it left over, Democrats were the working party. And even though they were, union and voted Democrat and unconsciously socialism, they wanted to work. They produced things, your union people, your tradesmen, your assembly workers, auto workers, stuff like that. That generation is certainly retired, if not fully dead now. And the new Democrats are trust fund babies. And by trust, I don't mean necessarily that they came from wealth like a Mark Dayton, although that too. But people just lived off of the government or student loans or government lending and taxpayer largesse. Or your parents, rich parents, that's happened too. These are little children like the Ocasio-Cortez, Ilhan Omar, who've never really worked. I mean, they don't know anything about the real world. They are little children is what they are. And all they know, quite literally all they know, is living off of other people's money. And I'm not even being facetious. That describes them, because that's what they believe in. They don't know where food comes from. They don't know how plastic is made. They don't know how to assemble their phone, let alone program it. All they know is take other people's money, because that's been their life. Will all yard sale flips happen via Craigslist? Well, they talked about that in there. Will Tina get with Roger since she broke up with Bob? Military discount appreciated. So there you go. I apologize for missing those. And we'll get some more on the way. All right. See you guys later. Toodles.